back out to the West Coast. The Dodgers and Padres finished the series. Mookie Betts hit a huge grand slam in the fourth inning, and I want to focus on that inning is to do a managerial check on Bob Melvin. Now, this is the top of the fourth inning. 5-0 lead for the Padres. Freddie Freeman leads it off with a single. Will Smith comes up next. He lines out to center field, so you've got a man on first with one out. Now, Max Muncy comes to the plate. Muncy takes ball 4 high. He walks runners on first and second. Next batter is David Peralta. Peralta doubles, driving in Freeman. Runners on second and third. The score is now 5-1. Now, after a mound visit, Jason Hayward comes to the plate. Hayward then doubles to right. 2 runs score, so you've got Hayward on second. Now the score is 5-3. Seth Lugo still in the game pitching for Bob Melvin. He walked Kiki Hernandez to make it runners on first and second. Then James Outman comes to the plate, and he ends up lacing a single to right field to load the bases. Still 5-3, bases loaded, and Miguel Rojas coming to the plate as Steven Wilson warming up in the pen. Rojas bloops one into center field in no man's land and ends up scoring a run to make it 5-4. Now you take a look at all of the at-bats leading up to this moment right here, StatCast powered by Google Cloud, and you look at the exit velocities of the balls being put in play. And so Seth Lugo is getting knocked around pretty significantly here. Only the Rojas ball was a light hit one, 67.8 miles per hour, but otherwise you had 2 walks and a lot of hard contact. Now Bob Melvin, looking at Seth Lugo on the mound, has to make a decision. Mookie Betts coming to the plate. Now, Betts had struck out twice already in the game. But here's the pitch-by-pitch for Betts. He works a 3-0 count. Lugo on the mound still. Wilson in the bullpen. Ball 1, ball 2, not even close. Ball 3 off the plate. Bases loaded, and then here comes the cookie right down the middle. Mookie Betts drive it out for a grand slam. The score goes from 5-4 Padres to 8-5 Dodgers in that moment. And I think that the managerial check here is, should Bob Melvin have removed Seth Lugo from the game before the Mookie Betts at bat? Now, guys, I was watching this game yesterday, and I was watching. Mookie Betts struck out looking in his first at bat. And then he struck out swinging on a slider in his second at bat. But this is Mookie Betts. And Betts walked back to the dugout. And after that second bat, he took the bat, he hit the top, and I'm thinking, they're not going to get him again. And they left him in to face Lugo. And I think part of it for Bob Melvin was he said he had Steven Wilson warming up. He wasn't quite ready. But I think part of it was he was going to give him Betts because he had gotten him out. I think he waited way too long to get somebody ready. And with all of the hard contact and 2 walks, I'm not sure why he leaves Lugo in to pitch to Mookie Betts.
I'm totally surprised that after the mound visit and then the double and the walk, how does he not get somebody ready then? You were obviously concerned about him when you go out there originally to have a chat with him, and for him then to give up what he gave up and still not have Wilson ready. That's surprising. Now there are other factors. Yes,
right.
They have a bullpen game today, and they have to worry about that a little bit, but San Diego Padres, they have to play every single game like it's a playoff game right now because they just have not played great baseball. They got to figure out ways to win these games, and when they're ahead, they got to win them and shut them down. It was clear that Lugo's stuff was backed up. He was deep into that inning with his pitch count, and his stuff was just not very good by the time he faced Mookie Betts. He was lathered up and ready to go, and he just left one right in the middle. And far be it for me to tell the manager what to do. But in this case, I just cannot believe that Wilson was not ready long before Mookie Betts' at bat.
You know, it is interesting, again, just to go back to the numbers, is should they be treating every game as a playoff game right now? Because though their record might be similar to someone like the Angels, the competition for the NL wild card is vastly different than the AL. 3 really good teams are going to make the playoffs as wild cards in the AL. I'm not sure that's true. And so the question is, in the first week of August, as we begin the second week, do you attack each game like it is a playoff game? I'm not sure, especially with a bullpen game the next day. That being said, it's clear Lugo wasn't going to pitch much longer. Let's assume he gets the out there.
Right.
He's thrown a lot of pitches in that inning, and so you probably do have to attack that inning. Wilson's coming in the game pretty soon, and you're going to begin the wheel of using your bullpen a lot before a bullpen game. But I do think the Padres have a little more wiggle room than, say, the Angels or the Yankees or the Red Sox, who are kind of really losing connection in the American League.
They're now 4 games out of the 3rd wild card spot in the National League, so they do have some ground to make up and some teams in front of them as well.